Greetings. This is Daphne Garrido. Welcome to Of Darkness and Light. I wanted to talk about something that I think is important and is kind of a brave choice for me to be speaking on because I am a trans woman who lives from my perspective alone. But I'm going to be honest, for the longest time, I have interacted with people in relationships who have expressed trans masculinity, who have then gutted me in a deepest wound and ran away hard, made me feel like a man. Some of them called me that for trying to be nurturing to them. It was just, triggering situations where I'm in love with people and they're treating me poorly. And I know what it is. It's something about their trans masculinity being triggered by the expression of my trans femininity. That's just how it has to make sense in my body. So I want to talk about what I think I've explored and reflected on that is outside the purview of a trans woman's experience, inside themselves, but it is from a trans woman's experience interpersonally. Pheromones are, by and large, in my opinion, from my perspective of life, steered towards the feminine being comforting, female hormones being comforting when they produce the pheromones that everybody has come to expect as the soft touch and the safe space. Not everybody, but most people in their families. It's like, hey, when you need a big hug, you go to mom, right? You go to grandma. There's fathers and grandfathers that fill that role, but it's rare in my experience. So I'm speaking from my experience. Trans people exist. Trans women, I believe, have a more comforting path towards embodying who they are through hormone replacement therapy, because it steers their body towards an expression where they will be regarded as they would like, even if it comes with great amounts of disregard and disrespect laced in every word from most people. Or you've got the trans man perspective, which is it's impossible to be recognized in manhood without changing your body significantly in ways that are highly traumatizing, especially to people that have predispositions to pheromones. It's like, you're going to change your body to smells that have traumatized you? I don't think so. And so therein lies the problem. We all have latent sexualities and gender, but we're living in a generation of people traumatized by testosterone pheromones. And so in my fiction, I've seen this thing that has resonated in my heart is the prettiest thing I've ever written over again, even though it's in sexual situations where it's like I've mentioned people's breasts and with full masculine pronouns. Alina on the grimoire was he, hui, who is a they. And the reason is because I can see a future where that is an easier thing for people to accept on a surface level for everybody, but especially trans men, where it's like, why do tits make you not a man? Right? Like, why do you have to have a beard? It's like, that one's easy for people. People see men in masculine women. They see it. And so it's just like, why can we not learn to acknowledge that somehow? It's like, we don't have to wear pins, dude, but we can get to know each other. We can start with neutral language. We can start with theys. And then we can work towards understanding people as we meet them. It's like phone call centers everywhere need to get off of gendered language and like old school honorifics. It's just like, just they people, dude, until you know what's going on. I can't tell you how many times I've had to have long conversations with somebody, and after they heed me like the 12th time for my voice, I was like, hey dude, I'm a trans lady, I know my voice is fucked, can you just not do that, please? And it's like, I always say it in a way that they're like, oh shit, okay, of course, I'm sorry. And like, yeah, it's just like, sometimes I cut people off right at the start when I'm just like, I know this is gonna be a long phone call. I'm like, dude, I'm not changing my voice, I don't care. But that's the thing, is that trans women are gonna want to do hormones. Because it makes them smell more at home in their own body, more than anything else. And trans men are gonna not wanna do that. And there's still masculine women who are women, and that exists. It's like, there's tough girls, dude. It's conflated, but it's about how each individual inside perceives it. And we need to give cisgendered women or female-bodied men the opportunity to escape that trap of being occluded through a world that is raping them by misunderstanding. And I wrote a piece a long time ago about trans people, and I was like, is a trans man going to stand up and speak to me honestly about their perspective on what I have to say, and am I going to get a reflection that helps me get to a deeper truth? Because I knew that it was one-sided. But then as time has gone on, I've looked at that piece called like the trans issue, where I'm going so hard and like, it's such a real deal, dude. Why don't we use all the planes we built to flex on China and just end money? Such a reason. Like, we don't, come on. That's my favorite solution ever, in the middle of a piece about how trans people need people to step up. But the trans woman perspective is one of trauma, and it points the blame at trans men. But I always knew that when I could understand it, when I could understand what's going on better, I would understand it an equal weighted thing. And I just think that when trans women come into full understanding of the weight that trans men carry, or people who are on the trans masculine spectrum, or even tough girls that they love, who that's the language they use, that's the understanding they have. It's like, we all have different perceptions, but everybody needs the freedom to be seen as who they are, and non-binary people as well. That is like the most valid thing in the world, and it's the toughest thing for people, because people want to push others into boxes. And I respect non-binary people the most, because I think it's the future. I think the future is raising children in a way where they don't have preconceptions put on them based on genders of old. It's like, that's all gender is. It's these ideas of what people are made of. I wrote Vicky Darkblood, and then I wrote this like Middle Ages warfare land into Time Throws Fire. And I thought, what if everything was just backwards back then? What if it was just totally trans incorporated, and they just use the words female and male, and then history just remembers it that way? How many pictures are there of dudes or ladies that's like, wow, that lady has the biggest jaw I've ever seen, dude. And it's just like how much history really has trans people just hidden within it because they were just using language that was more appropriate. And that's what I believe in, is that there needs to be more flexibility, but we're coming out of a time where there is a significant amount of people who are traumatized by testosterone hormones, and that does create a uniquely shitty spot for trans women who love women, because it's like, I don't have any real reason to get myself over the smelly trauma. It's like, it's not worth it. It's like, yes, a male supportive figure who is like into me romantically, that's something that I would have trouble passing up, but it's a betrayal of my body, dude. And it's not just the trauma layers, it's the fact that I am romantic towards women. And so that's the facts. But I just love tough girls more than anything, and I love trans men the most. And I believe that when everybody learns what's going on with themselves and our history and our bodies and our gender and our sexuality, that the wounds will be healed, because trans men will learn to love trans women the most. And there can be an equal respect paid to the different sufferings that have gone back and forth as we have lived in a world of binaries that don't fit. So, anyways, have a good one.